Open.
Yep.
The room is off mute.
Okay. It's 12:24 and we are now in public session of the Oregon Government Ethics Commission meeting. We are moving to the consent calendar for the filing penalty waivers. We have commissioners back. I'm going to assume that you're there. Your camera's not on? There we go. Thank you. Okay. So we're at the consent calendar. Do we need a report on this?
No,
Okay.
vote on like 4 to 8.
Okay. Vice Chair?
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the consent calendar on filing penalty waivers, I move the commission approve the filing penalty waivers presented on the consent calendar.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, you've heard the motion for agenda items 4 through 8 on the public session agenda. Administrator, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez, Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez. I'll move on. Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
One more chance for Resendez Gutierrez. Okay, Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Okay, we are moving to agenda item 9, lobbyist penalty reductions. Executive Director?
Yes, commissioners, this client basically, this lobbyist, it had 2 violations. For the first violation, my recommendation is a letter of education. The second violation, which was a $70 penalty, my recommendation is to reduce it 50% for a penalty of $35.
Thank you, Executive Director. Commissioners, any questions for Executive Director Meyer? Seeing and hearing none, Vice Chair, are you prepared to make a motion on
Yep.
agenda item 9?
Thank you, Madam Chair. For agenda item 9, I move the commission approve the recommended filing penalty reduction in this matter.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, you've heard the motion on agenda item 9. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez. Okay, Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0.
Okay, Executive Director Meyer, please report on agenda item 10.
Yes, agenda item 10, this is a lobbyist client. This lobbyist client had, I think, 5 or 6 prior penalties, but in each of those cases, they had simply paid those penalties. Then there were 3 instances from 23 and 24 where they accrued additional penalties. This was their first request to have their penalties either reduced or waived. Given their prior violations and their history of paying, my recommendation is for Q3 of 23 to give them a letter of education, for Q4 of 23 to reduce their penalty by 50% to $15. For Q3 of 24, where they accrued the maximum of $5,000 in penalties, my recommendation was to reduce the penalty by 30%, which would leave them owing $3,500. I note that the recommendation on the agenda was different from that on the actual meeting book page. My recommendation is to stick with the $3,500.
Thank you for that clarification. Any questions for Executive Director Myers on the lobbyist client penalty reductions, agenda item 10? Seeing and hearing none, Vice Chair, are you prepared to make a motion?
I am. Thank you, Madam Chair. For agenda item 10, I move the commission approve the recommended filing penalty reduction listed on page 46 of our meeting books as the penalty in this matter.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, you've heard the motion on agenda item 10. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Next on the agenda is the stipulated final orders consent calendar for letters of education. We can hear these as a group. Agenda items 11 through 14. Vice Chair, do you have a motion?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was waiting. I was expecting to hear a report and then I glitched.
That's okay.
I move the commission approve the proposed stipulated final orders presented on the consent calendar as the final orders in these cases, and the chairperson be authorized to sign them as such.
Commissioners, you've heard the motion for agenda items 11 through 14 on the consent calendar. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I live in Deschutes County. Is that a conflict of interest or a potential conflict of interest as I pay taxes here?
No, because the violation is against the individual, not against the county, and there is no penalty against the county or taxpayers that would be paid with county money.
Okay, thank you. I just had to clarify. Thank you for the clarification. Aye.
thank you. Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Okay, moving on to the stipulated final orders. Agenda item 15, Colin Burek, Investigator Pacheco.
Just one moment, we're gonna,
Oh, sorry.
the respondent will be attending.
Okay.
To unmute at this time.
Mr. Burek? Oh, Ms. Burek, my apologies.
Happens a lot, no problem.
No, that's my fault. Ms. Burek, you can obviously hear me. My name is Shanoa Payne. I'm the chair of the Oregon Government Ethics Commission. Now is the time and place for the commission to consider the stipulated final order in your case. First, we're going to hear the investigator's report, and you'll be given a short opportunity to make a statement after commissioners have any questions for the investigator. And then the commission will have an opportunity to vote on whether to adopt the stipulated final order as recommended. Given that, Investigator Pacheco, please provide the report.
Thank you, Chair Payne and Commissioners. This is Investigator Daniel Pacheco for the record. Agenda item 15 in your meeting books is the stipulated final order for Colin Burek, Developmental Disability Specialist for Lane Community College. In this case, Ms. Vierik is a lead supervisor for LCC's S3 program, which provides job training to students with developmental and intellectual disabilities. On September 13, 2025, the Commission voted to move this case to investigation to determine if Ms. Vierik had violated provisions in ORS Chapter 244. In the preliminary review report, it appeared that Ms. Vierik had used her official position to obtain a financial gain by having a student in the S3 program do personal labor on her behalf. In addition, it appeared that Ms. Vierik had used confidential information to obtain a personal gain, received a gift with a legislative or administrative interest, and failed to declare her conflict of interest. During the investigation phase, Commission staff were able to verify Ms. Vierik's violations of ORS 244.025 subsection 1, ORS 244.040 sub 1 and subsection 4, and ORS 244.120 sub 1 sub c. Ms. Vierik, through her legal counsel, has agreed and indicated that she wishes to conclude this matter and has signed the stipulated final order. The order in your meeting book provides that Ms. Vierik will pay a civil penalty in the amount of $3,000. We are recommending that the Commission approve the stipulated final order. Thank you.
Thank you, Investigator Pacheco. Before we get to you, Ms. Vierik, do any commissioners have any questions for the investigator? Seeing and hearing none, Ms. Vierik, now is the time and place for you to make a statement, should you so choose to do so, and we ask that you keep it very brief.
Thank you. I choose to make no statement.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioners, do you have any comment or discussion regarding the recommendation of the $3,000 for the stipulated final order? Seeing and hearing none, Vice Chair, are you prepared to make a motion?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. For public session agenda item number 15, I move the Commission approve the proposed stipulated final order as the final order in this matter, and the chairperson be authorized to sign it as such.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, you've heard the motion on agenda item 15. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Miller,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Halt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez. Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Thank you. Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Ms. Vierik, you've heard that the stipulated final order has been adopted as recommended, and a copy of the signed order will be provided to you. Thank you for appearing today.
Thank you.
Agenda item 16. No one is appearing. Investigator Fenstermaker, please proceed.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioners. This is Casey Fenstermaker for the record. Agenda item number 16 is regarding Jamie Millard. This case was brought to you earlier this year as a result of a Secretary of State Government Accountability Hotline report that Jamie Millard was utilizing her state vehicle to commute from their residence to their work site and back for a period of about 30 days. This resulted in violations of the prohibited use of office statute as well as the conflict of interest statute. She has agreed to pay a penalty in the amount of $1,000 in order to settle and compromise this matter. We recommend you adopt this settlement agreement, and this is consistent with settlement agreements, or not settlement agreements, sorry, stipulated final orders where individuals have engaged in the same conduct for the same periods of time.
Thank you, investigator. Commissioners, any questions for the investigator? Commissioner Halt.
Thank you, Chair Payne. So this person is an Oregon Department of Forestry employee.
They were. They are no longer.
Right, so they were. But I thought we only were able to oversee elected officials.
We oversee all 260,000 public officials, whether they're elected, volunteer, employees. All of them are subject to all of the same laws and our jurisdiction.
Okay, so but when we have employees that are in charge of recording the meeting minutes, we don't
Right.
have jurisdiction over them. So I'm just confused. I just want some clarification.
That's okay. So for the ethics laws, they apply to everyone. And for the public meetings law, the public meetings law is written in such a way that only the governing body members can be held legally responsible by us. So it is the distinction when it comes to public meeting law violations. We hold the governing body members responsible, not the employees. But for ethics law violations, they apply to everyone, employee, volunteer, elected, etc.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
Thank you, Commissioner Halt. Any other commissioners have questions or discussion on agenda item 16? Seeing and hearing none, Vice Chair, are you prepared to make a motion?
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. For public session agenda item number 16, I move the commission approve the proposed stipulated final order as the final order in this matter, and the chairperson be authorized to sign it as such.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, you've heard the motion on agenda item 16. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
All right.
Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. You should have all received notice that agenda item 17 has been pulled off the agenda. So we'll move forward to reports of investigation, number 18. And the respondent is on the phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Give her that question right now.
Okay.
They should have the ability to unmute.
Okay. Is it Knowlton?
Knowlton, yes.
Knowlton. Okay. Mr. Knowlton, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Mr. Knowlton.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I just want to let you know how this is going to go today. The investigator is going to give a report of the investigation involving your matter, and then commissioners will be able to ask questions of the investigator. Then you'll be able to make a statement, should you choose to do so, but given our time constraints today, you'll be limited to 3 minutes. And then there will be further discussion involving your matter, and then a vote on whether to move your case to contested case proceeding or not. Motion to
Okay,
dismiss.
That's fine.
Sorry, the recommendation is a motion to dismiss in your matter. Given that recommendation, just keep that in mind when you're making your statement that the motion is to dismiss your matter.
Okay.
So now is the time for the investigator to give the report. Investigator Sullivan.
Yes, thank you, Chair Payne and Commission. This is Investigator Josh Sullivan for the record. I'm presenting agenda item number 18. This is a complaint against Carl Knowlton, Vice President on the Board of Directors for the Three Sisters Irrigation District, or TSID. The complaint in this case alleges that Carl Knowlton used his position as a TSID board member to receive water otherwise not permitted by his water rights as a property owner. And it alleges that he may have directed TSID staff to not shut off his irrigation when water delivery dropped below 100% for all water users. The information available during the preliminary review indicated that when Carl Knowlton was informed that junior water delivery had ended, he may have contacted Jim Williams, TSID Water and Hydro Manager, to ensure that his water delivery would continue. In investigation, Commission staff received additional information from Jim Williams, clarifying that Carl Knowlton did not direct him to leave his irrigation water turned on. Jim Williams explained that he typically allows a grace period of approximately 1 week before telling junior water rights holders to completely turn off their water. TSID staff indicated that junior water rights holders who continued to use TSID water from August 5th through August 11th, 2025 would be required to pay a penalty charge. And Carl Knowlton opted to pay the penalty charge to continue using irrigation water. And on January 12th of 2026, he did pay the TSID issued penalty charge of $238. The information in this investigation does not indicate that Carl Knowlton used his official position as vice president of the TSID board to obtain the personal financial benefit or avoid a financial detriment that would not have been otherwise available. And the recommendation is to dismiss.
Thank you, Investigator Sullivan. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the investigator? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Knowlton, now is the time to make a statement should you choose to do so. Again, keeping in mind that the recommendation is to move to dismiss your case.
No, I appreciate the review and the results that have been recommended. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Knowlton. Commissioners, any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Vice Chair, are you prepared to make a motion on agenda item 18?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. For public session, agenda item number 18, I move the commission dismiss the complaint against Carl Knowlton.
Okay, Commissioners, you've heard the motion on agenda item 18. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.
Hey, Mr. Knowlton, the commission has moved to dismiss your case. It has been dismissed, and thank you for appearing today.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye now.
Bye. Okay, moving on to 19. This is a case against Claire Hall, who has since become deceased. The recommendation is to move to administratively close. Investigator Fenstermaker.
Chair, you summed it up. There. But if you'd like more, I can
No, we don't need
add to it.
anymore. I don't think we probably even need any discussion on this. I think we're probably ready for a motion unless any commissioners object. Okay, Chair Holt.
Thank you, Chairman. I just wanted to send my condolences to Claire Hall's friends and family, and apologize for any difficulty that having this be brought up causes them. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Chair, are you prepared to make a motion?
I am. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Oh, hold on. Commissioner Burke.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm going to abstain from this for aforementioned reasons, but I did also want to say that whatever one's political opinions are, we can have nothing but compassion for the family of Claire Hall and their friends, and some things rise above politics. And so I'd like to add my words of compassion to anyone who may be listening.
Thank you, Commissioner Burke. Any other statements from commissioners? Seeing and hearing none, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For public session agenda item number 18, I move the commission approve the recommendation to administratively close the case against Claire Hall.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, you've heard the motion on agenda item 19. Administrator, please call the roll.
Commissioner Helt,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner Mettler,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke is abstaining, Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner McCully,
Aye.
Chair Payne.
Aye.
Motion passed 6-0 with 1 abstention.
Okay, the staff advice informational letters, we don't need any report on that, but always recommend it to read those as they're very informational and helpful. So we're moving forward to the trainers report, agenda item 22.
Commissioners, my name is, for the record, my name is Stephanie Hepper, the Curriculum and Training Coordinator for the Oregon Government Ethics Commission. In our February training report, you can see the activities that we were involved in during February, but we also included our 2025 training data so that you have that snapshot of the last year. You can see that we had an increase in in-person trainings in 2025, over 100 more in-person trainings. We are pretty much at maximum capacity for in-person trainings given our staffing. So we don't anticipate that number increasing significantly this next year. Other things to note, our workday numbers did trend a little bit lower, but that is not something that we necessarily have control over, and most likely had to do with the governor's mandate around the training requirement on ethics law in Workday and it being a newer thing. But we are in the process of updating that training so that it is relevant and up to date. The other thing I wanted to point out that is different from years past is because we didn't have public meetings law previously, we did provide a breakdown of how many trainings we did for public meetings law versus ethics law versus lobby law. And you'll see that we did 178 trainings for public meetings law and 119 for ethics. So definitely public meetings law a little bit higher, but that in part is because of the newness, and 7 for lobby. In the interest of time, I will end there, but if you have any questions or ever have any questions about the training report, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Oh, one last thing. We did reach almost every county. There were 4 counties that we did not reach this last year. And every year it is our goal to try to at least get someone online from every county. So thank you.
Thank you for that report. Executive Director Myers.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioners, I'll also keep it as brief as possible. One thing that I do want to say on the record, especially with my staff here, is the commissioners might not realize the day after the January meeting, I got sick and I got very sick, like got hospitalized, and I have been out for the most part until this past week. And really, I just want to recognize my staff who absolutely stepped up to the plate, caught up on cases that I was supposed to be finishing, and helped out with the legislative work group and everything else. So I really want to give them kudos. They did everything that I would have done in their situation, and I appreciate it. The updates, we have been in communication with the governor's office to get the vacancy filled. They have not yet had a nominee that can come before Senate rules. So for the time being, that position will remain vacant. We introduced Silas, our new investigator. We have also completed the recruitment for a trainer. We are not identifying the person because we need to issue the formal offer letter, which we plan to do today. But by the next meeting, this person should be on staff and getting up to speed. Primarily, the updates are on the short session. There are multiple bills, and we will provide you copies of them. House Bill 4177, which dropped yesterday, is a bill addressing various public meetings law issues. We have expressed to Representative Sosa and others some significant concerns with the language of the bill. It is not where we might have wanted it, but while the governor's office, we are not taking an official position. We have expressed our concerns and will continue to do so. There are also other bills on lobbying, the food policy bill, and a bill that would require the governor's appointee to the commission, which is our current vacant position, to have local government experience. All of those will be moving through in the short session through committee, and I will provide copies of those to the commissioners. And then the last thing that was on the report is well, two things. The public officials guide. We have a draft ready to send to you for review. We will send it individually and invite you to provide written comments, not to each other, to me, and then at the March meeting, any written comments that you guys provide and the draft of the PO guide will be on the agenda for the commission to discuss in public session. And then it will be, any changes made will be presented at the April meeting for a formal vote because the commission adopts the PO guide as an advisory opinion. And then lastly, we are beginning the process of putting forth our 27-29 budget. As a small agency, we move a little faster than the larger agencies. So our budget cycle begins, I believe, in April. So we have to be ready for that. Or do I have that wrong, Becky? She's our budget officer.
I feel like there might be some PTSD going on with Becky right now. Throwing it out there. A little worried.
Because we are assessment based and we're part of the price list, our numbers are technically due in 2 weeks. So for other agencies, it starts in April.
Ross, it's earlier.
Yeah, yeah. And the big meeting or the budget kickoff is at March 18th, I believe, is the big date. March 18th or 17th is the big kickoff where they'll go over the legislative concept thing, the process for everyone, and release the budget details for everyone on how they're changing it. Because they're trying to make the budget process easier for agencies and trying to make it more collaborative between DAS and agencies and the legislative offices, in theory. We'll see.
Well, even last time, I think there has been improvement.
Oh, 100%, yes. So they keep trying to improve it. So each iteration gets a little bit better.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. Well, are there any no, not new matters, but I think
Commissioner Help, I wanted to briefly address the question you raised earlier. And that was when we have an executive session involving public meetings law, the default is that they be heard all together, but if individuals want their cases to be heard separately, we will do so as we did in that case. But because we want the commission to hear from everyone before making its decision, that's why in that case we brought them in and then brought them in separately for the vote at the very end to give the commission opportunity to hear from everyone.
right, because they have to waive confidentiality to have them all heard together, and if they don't waive confidentiality, then they are heard separately.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. I'm learning where I ask questions and not ask questions. So thanks for working with me. I did have a couple questions if I can. I have a question and a statement.
Commissioner, please proceed.
Thank you, Chair Payne. I wanted to say I'm sorry to hear that you were ill and at the hospital, but I do want to let you know as someone that did not know that and was in the last meeting and this meeting, the staff did amazing. You would not be able to tell from the outside that you were gone, and that is a good sign of someone who is running a great organization, is when you step away, what it looks like when you're not there. And so hats off to you on that. And I'm very glad that you're well and back at work. So I just wanted to express that. And then my question that I have is, if we do not like this bill, why are we not opposing it? I feel like we are the experts and we'll have to live with it. And if we have problems with it, I think we should speak up, and I would encourage us to do so. Thank you.
Understandable reaction. Our ability to take a position in support, opposition versus remaining neutral is governed by the governor's office, because we are an executive branch agency. We will be continuing discussions with them in terms of, right now we are remaining neutral, but that does not mean we cannot express our concerns. And we will be continuing discussions over whether that position should change.
Thank you.
I would love to see us not be neutral. If we don't like it, I think that we should definitely be speaking out. And if commissioners need to do that besides the agency, I would be glad to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any other commissioners have anything? Any comments before we adjourn? Seeing and hearing none, we are now adjourned. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Take care, everybody.